First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Their 49-yard line.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line.
27-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Tackle made by Chase Young.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Stafford now to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. That is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
Back to throw, Stafford.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over, A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
10-0.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
To throw is Stafford.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They will run it with Swift here.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 44.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
43-yard line.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Swift. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
It's over, let's dominate!
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
In most goal line situations, defensive tackles are just trying to hold the line, hold their ground, and let the other guys roam and make the play. But in this situation, he's able to push his way into the backfield and disrupt that play for a loss.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Montez Sweat, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Play action. It's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Stafford.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
7-yard line.
Stafford on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Intercepted by Washington. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton. That'll be caught at Steven Sims. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 5-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Newton. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man here, Sims complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Another try after the 1st down sack. Newton. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And he'll complete this to Gibson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Newton on third down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Here's Tressway now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
At the 25-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On 1st down, Swift. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 41. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
Stafford going to give it to Swift.
And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They'll run on first down. Swift, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd down now, Swift, and he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So out comes the field goal team once more. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right down the middle. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On 1st down, Newton. Over the middle, complete. That's Sims. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sims. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Newton.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, he winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a carry for Swift. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
6-yard line.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for Detroit, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.